Hi, my name's Marissa.
Kaylee.
I'm Casey.
I'm Shada.
Hi, David.
I'm Lauren.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about how do we plan on creating awareness about poverty?
Poster.
Oh yeah, you could
Poster?
post like flyers
Kind of.
around.
What kind of one? Like
Like
not what
GoFundMe.
Oh, GoFundMe's, those work.
Yeah.
Start a
You could-
GoFundMe page.
You could sponsor kids online.
So are we mainly trying to make goals on like social platforms?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's pretty much all we could do right now. Right?
Because you can't really like go around a whole bunch of people and be like, hey, this is happening, like, because COVID. But like you could post like flyers that on like, what is it, like, when people post it like on like billboards or like the lights and stuff.
Oh, like when doggy's missing.
Yeah, like posters like that, like flyers like that. And then you could post it on like social media, tag people, have them repost it.
Like, use hashtags and stuff.
How is poverty different around the world?
Around the world. Like, I don't know.
Go Miss Beverly Hills. Talk about
I know
Beverly.
that, like, when I went to the Philippines, like, there weren't any resources for people that were homeless, but I know that, like, in the U.S. there are resources. Like, that's a factor that's different.
I want to compare like Beverly Hills to, I don't know, Beverly Hills still has like a lot of homeless, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, if anything,
Okay,
I've
so
seen
it's
more
like-
people in Vegas that are homeless.
Yeah. There's a lot of homeless people on the side of the street, a lot in Los Angeles, everywhere.
Oh, there's a lot of homeless people in Stanton.
So I don't know. It's not.
There's a lot on, what's that place called? Skid Row.
Yeah.
They have like tents, toilets, all, like, everybody right there. Cause like nobody tells them to move or get out like how they would in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
like
homeless.
sometimes
Or what I
for being in front of their businesses and stuff, cause it's not good like exposure for them.
noticed is that like when a lot of places were like shut down, like in the beginning, a lot of homeless people were staying like in front of like businesses that were closed at the moment, because like no one was there to get in the morning, like when they open up and be like, oh, like you need to leave. And so people were staying over there, like in businesses that were closed down.
I've also noticed that there's a lot more homeless people. There's less homeless people in places like Colorado or Alaska because it snows and it's cold and like people don't have shelter. That's why a lot of people resort to coming to California, where it's usually hotter and like not as compacted with cold weather.
I never thought about that. Homeless people in the snow. Must suck.
Because I've been to
Must not have a
Colorado
jacket
and
or
there's
anything.
not really many homeless people.
There's
there.
not.
But if they do travel here, how do they like,
Because I think about it, like when you go like travel like in California, like when you go to like other cities, you'll see like homeless people, whether like they're riding their bikes or they're panhandling in front of stores. Versus when I went to Arizona, like I saw like at least like one homeless person. When I went to Colorado, I didn't see any homeless people. It's like, I think it is mainly based off the weather, because when you think like Arizona is extremely hot. So like probably a lot of people don't want to be there, although it's cheaper out there. Like it's hot, and who wants to sit outside like in the heat where it's like dry and humid, And then Colorado is super cold, so no one's gonna be over there. And then California, the weather's just like it's doable.
What type of solution do you think we can develop? Or like any goals? Because with poverty, there's not really a strict solution we can go to. We need to have goals for it. So if you guys have any ideas for that.
any
A
goals?
GoFundMe page.
But
Oh yeah,
okay, that's your goal.
You could start a GoFundMe page for kids in shelters, or people in shelters in general. Donate to like nonprofit organizations that help people in poverty. What else?
Wait,
What's
what's the
up?
question?
Like goals that like you can set to help poverty, not necessarily end it because
that's like
there's so
hard
much
for
to do.
a couple people to do themselves.
I agree. Like donate stuff. Like, didn't we talk about it? Like donate like meals and like canned food that you don't use.
Yeah,
Donations, stuff like that.
just like food and clothes, blankets. Or like we talked about last time, instead of donating them to stores, doing that, like donate them to like what
The
did we say?
homeless
Like
and-
churches, homeless, like places where you know it's gonna go to good. 'Cause if you donate to stores, it's like, oh, they're gonna sell it, somebody else is gonna get it. Well, when you donate it to like shelters, it's more likely to go to somebody who really, really needs it. I see that like some homeless people, like when you actually talk to them, they're like really nice. And if you motivate them to do something, like, you know, like if I see you next time and you're able to do this, or you're able to stay sober or do this, they're more motivated to do something like that.
Like, for example, that one guy you talked about last time who goes around and picks up trash
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, but doesn't ask people for money.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I know when I drive down like beach, when you go on beach, there's like some guy, and he's always like washing windows. You know, for money. He has a
For free,
little
right?
bottle of Windex.
Well, isn't it like for $1?
Yeah,
All of
but
them.
you know, it's somebody who's trying to work for money, whereas like somebody who's just like, oh, can I have money? You know, because there's some people who would just ask you for money, panhandling, and you think like, oh, they're hungry, but some people won't use it, you know, to buy food or buy something that they really need. Whereas somebody who's actually, you know, trying to work for it or trying to do what they can to earn money for themselves. Yeah.
I feel like this is so bad.
Okay, when we edit it down, it's gonna be.
He's all like, he expects more from us. That's what he's gonna say. I expected more.
Okay, we
This is
passed
probably
10
our
minutes.
shortest video.
Okay, we're good.
Because the first like 7,
Well, aren't you
we gotta
gonna
get the intro down.
Aren't you gonna edit it so it wouldn't be like less than 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, because you have
Yeah,
to
true.
edit out like the first whole portion.
I mean, as long as we reach 5 minutes, and I'm pretty sure we did. So,
This is gonna be like our shortest one.
I mean, we did only
Yeah.
have to answer like 2 questions, like 2 or 3 questions.
We're we all supposed to answer.
Well, because poverty's hard. Like, there's not really a full-on solution.
Who chose that?
No,
It's
see,
not like an overnight thing. The guy.
There's like only so much you can do, like especially because a lot of us we're young, you know. So it's like it's not like you're working like a full-time job and you're able to spare money, you know. And a lot of the stuff that we get is like from our parents. One.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like donating like food and clothes, cause I'm not gonna donate no money. No.
I don't have money to be giving out like that, you know.
Get that out, but let me tell you, like I give away like clothes I don't wear or like canned food, but money, that's something different. Like for real, that's going to all the way up here. I could donate clothes and donate food, and that's about it.
Honestly, like I feel like a lot of it depends on your effort, you know. Because if you're consistent and you stay on top of it, they're more likely to see that you're really in need and you're really trying.
Yeah. That's pretty much how
I
it
mean,
is.
that's like with everybody. If you're not showing effort, why do you expect to be able to get into those things?
But there's like okay, like see, for example, I know somebody and he lost his job because he went to jail. And obviously it's hard to get a job with the record. But every day he got up, he called a temp agency, he went to temp agencies, and he would find a way to get a job. Like, it's if you're really willing to work for it, and I know it's hard because when you're homeless, you're at your lowest. Like, you're at your lowest, you feel like giving up, there's no point, like, you don't have anything, you know? but you have to try to work to get yourself back up. And it's harder in other countries because you don't have those resources. And especially like people who live in areas where there's like natural disasters happening all the time. And then it's not like, oh, okay, let's go to a different country, because it's not easy to become a legal citizen somewhere else. So it's just kind of like a, oh, if you're lucky situation, because some people are born into it.
They're not even like.
That's just the difference, though.
That's why you go to school, guys. You graduate.
And
Well-
some people don't even have the access to go to school. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it for this thing. Okay, for example, okay, don't like treat me like I'm different, like no sentimental stuff, nothing. Okay, I was born into it. Okay, like growing up, like I lived like motel to motel, like I stayed at shelters, and I had to have my sister take care of me. You know, my mom's trying to figure out her own thing, all this stuff, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, you have to try to find ways to get yourself out of that position. Like, and it's hard because I've seen my sister struggle with it, you know? But eventually, like, her staying on top of things and trying to raise her kids, you know, like, she got it because she kept going and going. Like, it wasn't like a, oh, hey, like, I need help one time. It was more like a, no, you need to keep asking for help, and you need to keep finding these resources and staying on top of everything no matter what. And then that's how, like, you get yourself into that. Like, you could apply for, I guess, welfare. You could go to places. You could go to donation places. Like, there's so many things that you can do. Like, I'm okay now because, you know, I'm living normal 3-bedroom apartment, whatever. Like, but you have to work to try things. And you can't say, like, oh, it's never going to happen for me or anything like that.
It
Because
will.
it's like, me, I started off, I lived in Santa Ana, like, bad. Like, I lived in Lakewood. I've lived in Anaheim, Orange. Like, I've lived everywhere. But, like, no matter what, like, if you keep trying and, you know, you keep going, that's, like, the only way you're going to get yourself out of poverty is if every day you wake up and you say, like, I'm going to try harder than I did yesterday. And that's really all you can do.
Okay, I get you. I get you in that point because, like, I deadass lived in the streets with my mom, and it's like, you know, you gotta be thankful for what you got now.
That's what I'm saying, like-
it betters you as a person too, because you become more independent. Like, say example for your sister and stuff, it showed you to work hard. It showed everybody to work hard and be more independent. So, like, it not only helps, you know, that type of situation, but it helps you as a person.
Yeah, that's why it's like, I know, because I know it's hard. Because when I was little, like, I remember I used to stay at, like, this one little shelter, and, like, sometimes we would sleep outside. Like, they had, like, a place to live in, but sometimes we slept, like, outside. But I was really little, so, like, it's not like a, oh my God, like, I remember detail to detail. I was little. So that happening, like, and then we would go to this one place in Santa Ana. They would feed you and, like, give you clothes. And it's like, I know some people that are like, I'm really trying to get out of it, but some people where they make a choice every day where they decide if they're going to continue to live their life the same way every day or if they're going to keep pushing forward. Okay, for example, I know a person, and this person has the option to go every day to live in a sober living, you know? But this person would rather run the streets, you know, and be in a position where it's like a, oh, I don't want to be under all these rules and I want to be able to go out whenever I want. But you have to make the choice where I know it sucks because, like that's your freedom, you know, and you're able to do whatever you want. But in able to get yourself back in a better position, there's some sacrifices that you have to make. So, yeah, and that's that.